Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Zennie62 live vlogs. This is GoCSU Ram. Tonight we're going to be looking at the NFL Championship games. 3 days, folks. 3 days. And we will be seeing who will be going to the Super Bowl. 3 days. So, we'll see what happens, but we got 3 days, and then somebody will be, in the Super Bowl. Welcome, Eric Marino. How are you doing? Tonight we're going to look at how the rosters match up to each other, player stats are, and so I want to look at that. The matchups this weekend, by now y'all probably know, it is the Jacksonville Jaguars against New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium in New England, Massachusetts. And then we have the Minnesota Vikings going into Philadelphia and playing the Eagles, going into Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and playing the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field Stadium. So, hey folks, it's a great game. I'm excited for the 2 games coming. These are going to be really good games. I'm really looking forward to them. So, right now, I want to look at how do they match up against each other. First, I want to start with Patriots and the Jaguars. How do the players match up to each other? And I will give my prediction for these games. And I actually will write it down. And then Monday night, we will look and see how close we were. So, I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited. And it's going to be a great couple of games. So, let's get into it. And let's look at Patriots and Jaguars. Hey, Rick Rice. Well, Rick, I didn't tell everybody I was done, or I'm starting mine, and I did text Zenny that I was texting mine. And I have to do my stream. I want to get my stream done with. Well, for me, I have to start a little bit earlier because 10:14 my time, I'd like to be done because I don't really like staying up late, and 11:30 is really late for me to be staying up doing a live stream. So that's why I want to stay up. That's why I like to start earlier. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate the suggestion. I really do. But I don't know. I need to start early so I can go to bed early. So, because yeah. So, but anyway, we're gonna start with Patriots. Look at their lineup. Look at their stats versus opponents, and then I will make my prediction by the stats I look at for the Patriots and the Jags. So, let's look at Patriots roster. Patriots stats. No, I really do appreciate your recommendation, Rick. I just with the not sure how you would call it. I thank you for the suggestion, but I have to start early because I don't like staying up until 11:30 doing a live stream. But I appreciate your recommendation. But so we we're looking at the Patriots. And we looked at them a little bit last week, but not everything was set in stone. Now it's set in stone who's playing each other in the AFC and NFC Championship. The Patriots. The leading person for passing yards is Tom Brady, of course. 4,577. This year, I think. Well, maybe, I don't know. But, let's see. I don't know. It's... Okay, here we go. Actually, I won't look at players. I do want to look at teams. So, the Patriots have 587 attempts for 389 completions, 4,418 yards, 276.1 yards per game, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. For the opponents, now this is for passing, 590 attempts, 367 completions for 4,020 yards. That's interesting. For 251.3 yards per game, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 4 sacks, or 42.0 sacks. Not looking so good for Jags for passing. Patriots rushing 448, 1,008 rushing attempts for 1,889 yards for 16 touchdowns, 118.1 yards per game, 4 fumbles, 2 fumble losses against the opponent's 390 rushing attempts for 1,836 yards. For 6 touchdowns, 114.8 yards per game, 6 fumbles, 3 fumble losses. Not looking so good, that's for sure. So, not looking so good. We look at everybody, and let's see. The Jags don't look very good. Of course, this is just Patriots, though. So, we'll be looking at Jags, and... Well, actually, hold on. I want to do something. I'm going to do something. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry about that. Hey, you guys. Sorry. Hello, Patrick. How you doing? Donald Richardson. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are looking at Patriots, and we are also looking at the, I hit the wrong button, just to say. I hit the wrong button. I was gonna minimize my encoder, but instead, I hit the exit button, and it closed it out. So, sorry about that, you guys. I apologize. I didn't want to do that. So, welcome you guys, and we are looking at the Patriots, and I'm looking at how they're gonna stack up against the Jags. So that's what I'm gonna look at. Hey, Rick Rice, no, you the man, Rick Rice, you the man. we're going to look at the Jags stats, okay, and so we're going to go to ESPN. We're going to look at both. I'm going to go to team here. Okay. It already doesn't look too good, guys. Doesn't look too good for the Jags. So I'm going to start over, but we're going to look between the two, between the Jags and the Patriots. I will, say the Patriots first, then I'll go to the Jags, and I'll say the Jags what their stats are. So, the Patriots stats for rushing. I had already said it, but we've got more people watching. 507 attempts passing for 389 completions for 4,418 yards passing, 276.1 yards per game, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 35 sacks, or sack ratio, something like that, 201 yards lost. That's for the Patriots. For the Jaguars, it doesn't look too good. Okay, for the Jaguars, 527 passing attempts for 316 completions, 3,593 yards, 224.6 yards per game, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 123 yards lost. Hey Zennie, how you doing? But that's not looking very good. The passing game is going to go towards the Patriots. So, we'll see what happens. But, it doesn't look too good already for the Jaguars. For rushing, the Patriots have 448 rushing attempts for 1,889 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 118 yards per game. That's for rushing. 4 fumbles that the Patriots have made, 2 fumble losses. That doesn't look too good. Well, that looks pretty good for the Patriots. Now for the Jaguars, 527 attempts for 2,262 yards, 141 yards per game, 9 fumbles, 3 fumble losses. The rushing between the Patriots and Jaguars look a lot better. Jags are really good at rushing. That's pretty good. So now we go to the receiving. The Patriots, what does REC mean? I hate to ask, but what does the REC mean? Because I don't know. If y'all can let me know, because I don't know, and I never know sometimes. Well, see, Donald, when we look at these stats, yes, these stats are, this is for the season, but, okay, thank you. When you look at the stats between the Patriots and the Jags, that will help us get an idea of who's going to do better in each spot. Okay, because yes, we don't, these stats will help, look at who's going to do better, the Patriots or the Jags. Rick Rice said, in any given Sunday, too many variables. I look at this and I compare the stats all the time. And, the better team wins. That's what I look at. But yes, you never know. I have been taught any team can be any team at any point in time. So, yes, stats cannot predict who will win, but they might give us a chance. Zennie said, say again. I have been told this. Any team can be any team at any point in time. That is what, yes, they can't predict the game, but they can help us understand who might do better. So, the Patriots are better at passing than the Jaguars are. For rushing, the Jags are better at rushing than the Patriots are. Okay, now you look at receiving, 389 receiving. Zennie said, right, it gives you a basis for comparison. Right. It doesn't predict the game. I get that. But it gives us comparison. Who might do better in each one? So receiving, Patriots have 389 receiving for 4,619 yards, 32 touchdowns, 288 yards per game. That's per game. 2 fumbles, 0 fumble losses. Okay, for the Jaguars, 316 receiving, 3,716 yards, 21 touchdowns, 75 long. See, the Patriots have 64 long. The Jaguars have 75 long. Yards per game is 232.3 yards per game. 4 fumbles and 1 fumble loss. Now, what I say, Donald, I'll be getting to the defense because I'm going down the list between the two teams. I will be going between the two. So defense is here actually, and 2 more. So the Patriots are better at receiving than the Jags are. Well, actually, I would have to say the Patriots are better than the Jags. So, in receiving. Now for downs, Patriots have 389 total first downs, 107 rushing, 232 passing. Third downs, or 50 penalties for first down. Third downs are 82 made, 202 attempts. And then 4th downs is 8 made for 13 attempts. So penalties, 95 penalties for 835 yards. Now for the Jaguars, 332 total first downs, 101 rushing yards, 193 passing, 38 penalties. They have made 85 yards for 3rd down, or 85 third downs, excuse me, for 227 attempts. Now, they have made 10 for 4th downs, 13 attempts. Total is 112 penalties for 936 yards. The Patriots are better at the downs than the Jaguars are. Zennie said, and that's like 2/3, that's Tom Brady. You're probably right on that one. Yeah, that's probably true. Now, whoa, my phone dropped. Now we get to defense. And this is all what we're looking at. The defense for the Patriots, 801 solo tackles, 225 assisted, 1,026 total tackles. Wow. For sacks, they have made 42.0 sacks for 299 yards loss. Interceptions, they have 12 interceptions for 100. Then he said, do you think Tom Brady will get sacked a lot? I do. Well, I don't know. It depends on what the Jaguars' stats are for defense. Now, if their defense is better than the Patriots' offense, then I would say so. But yet we have to look at the Jags and see how they'll do. 12 interceptions for 114 yards, 39 long, 0 touchdowns. Fumbles, 9 fumbles, 6 receiving, 0 touchdowns. Okay, now we go to Jags defense. Ooh, I don't know, guys. You know what, Zennie, I would have to say I have to agree with you. Yes, he will. The Jaguars' defense has made 750 solo tackles, 200 assisted, 950 total. For sacks, 55.0 sacks, 356 yards lost, 54 total loss yards. The Jaguars have made, according to Patriots, the Patriots have made 65 interceptions. For the Jaguars, 77. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, 21 interceptions for 294 yards. 67 long. They have made 2 touchdowns. 2 off of interceptions this year. Zennie said, I think their game plans are a thing of beauty. The Jags, when I'm looking at the Jags, they're going to sack Tom Brady. They're going to they're going to get a lot of interceptions. I mean, that's a lot of interceptions for the year. That's a lot. I think with the comparing the defense and the Jags win the defense. That's really well. That's pretty good. There was for the Jaguars defense, they have made 17 fumbles, 12 receiving, 5 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Jags defense. Rick Rice said Jags need the defense to win the game for them. Fournette is going to run all over them though. Patriots are soft up the middle. Right. You do. Then he said Rick has a point. Right. Rick, you do have a point because looking at the Jaguars their defense is really good. Now we look at offenses and yeah, they stack up against each other. But Jags defense just dominates against the Patriots defense. I think if the Jags offense. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, the Jags are a great team. I mean, really great. But the Jags, their defense is they're awesome. They are really good. So I think the Jags are going to do really well. Their defense, I think, is going to beat up the Patriots. For returning, we go on to returning from the defense. I still can't believe defense. Wow. Jags has a really good defense this year. So, for returning, Patriots have made 28 attempts on kickoffs, 622 yards, 103 long, 1 touchdown. For punts, 32 receptions, I'm guessing. I don't know. 32 yards, 40 long, 0 touchdowns. So Patriots have only made 1 touchdown off a kickoff for returning, and then punts. Now for the Jags, now I look at returning here. The Jags have made 25 attempts for kickoffs, 551 yards, 68 long, 0 touchdowns. You know what? Not very good. No. The Jaguars have made 1 touchdown for punts, 35 yards for punting. Average is 9.3 for the Jags. So the Patriots really win the returning game. Patriots get the side. For punting, the Patriots have made 58 punts for 2,515 yards. Really punting well. .60 long, 43.4 average. So really, well, actually, the punts might matter. 3 touchbacks. So that's the Patriots. Now for the Jaguars, for punting, Jaguars have made 87 punts for 3,835 yards, 65 long, 44.1 average, 9 touchbacks, and 25 FC. Patriots have 14 FC. So the Jags win the punt ratio. With looking at the Patriots and the Jags, looking at the stats for the whole team, I think, listening to all that I said, between the Jaguars and the Patriots stats, who do you think will win now? Rick Rice said Jags 17, Pats 20. Brady will struggle all game long, but he'll figure out and pull off another late fourth quarter comeback. Okay. When I look at, I look at the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, and they're pretty good. I'm going to have to be the underdog here. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Patriots almost made me change my mind, but the Jaguars have the odds stacked against them. But seeing what the Jaguars can do on defense, like people always say, defense wins championships, right? So Jaguars have a real great the Jaguars have a great defense, so I think that's what will help them. I'm gonna be the underdog, and yes, I know, but I'm gonna say Jacksonville. And actually, I'm gonna get a Zennie said, well, Zennie said Pats. Zennie said New England 30, Jacksonville 20. Pats will spring different short passing attack and blunt the rush of the Jags. Rick Rice said Belichick is too good to not figure them out by the fourth quarter. Zennie said defense does win championships. We're talking Pats at home. Rick said good point. I have Jacksonville at winning. They have all the odds stacked up against them. It's going to be a close game, I think. It's going to be a real close game. So if it's a real close game, then I'm going to say, and I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to keep this. Pats let's go 14. Jags will win. They will beat the Pats 20-14. That's my prediction for that game. That's my prediction. See you later, Zennie. Have fun. 20-14, I think, will be the score of that game. See you later, Zennie. We'll talk to you later. That's what I think. So, 20-14, Jags win. Because, like I said, defense wins championships. Now, let's go on to the Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. That's both great teams, new teams. So let me get their stats up. You know, the Minnesota Vikings are a great team. So are the Eagles. They stack up against each other. They really do. So I'm gonna look at this here. Oh, come on. So let me. Okay, Minnesota Vikings. Okay. Stats. Whoa, hold on. Vikings. So let me get that set up here. Hold on. Bear with me here. Okay, ESPN. Okay. The team. Okay. Now we have. Okay, now we go to we're gonna compare the Eagles and how do they stack up with each other? How? I don't know. Where's the Eagles here? Oh, I can't find the Eagles. Okay, stats. Okay, so I'm gonna go to team here. Okay. So same thing I did before. Okay, same thing. Joseph Benjamin said, "It all depends on what Bortles can do, aka what Belichick allows him to do. I want the Jags to win, but the odds that Bortles strikes gold again in New England aren't great. I think Pats." So Joseph says 27 to 17. Okay. Now we go on to the NFC Championship game. So I had the Pats losing to the Jags 20 to 14. Now I've got the Eagles and the okay, so the Vikings, 527 attempts for 357 completions, 3,753 yards, 234 yards per game, 65 long, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 27 point sacks, 176 yards loss, rate 99.1. That's on passing. For Eagles passing, 564 attempts, 341 completions, 3,737 yards, 7.0 average, 233 yards per game, 72 long, 38 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 36.0 sacks, 230 yards loss. They're at a 97.6 rate. Now, for rushing, the Vikings have 501 attempts for 1,957 yards, 58 long, 15 touchdowns, 122.3 yards per game, 4 fumbles, 3 fumble losses. The Eagles, 473 attempts for 2,115 yards, 71 long, 9 touchdowns, 132 yards, 11 fumbles, 5 fumble losses. So for passing, the Vikings win the passing. For rushing, I don't know. I would have to say the Vikings would win for rushing. Okay, now we go to receiving. The Vikings, 357 receptions for 1,957 yards, 15 touchdowns for, wait a minute. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at a wrong thing. 357 receptions for 3,929 yards, 25 touchdowns, 245 yards per game, 4 fumbles, 2 fumble losses. For the Eagles, 341 receptions, 3,967 yards, 38 touchdowns for 247 yards per game. 2 fumbles, 2 fumble losses. I would have to say the Eagles have the receiving. For downs, the Vikings have 334 total first downs, 100 rushing, 196 passing, 38 penalties. For third downs, 94 made, 216 attempts. And then for fourth downs, 1 fourth down made, 7 attempts. And then for penalties, 100 penalties for 949 yards. I don't know. For the Eagles, 338 total first downs, 108 rushing first downs, 193 passing first downs, 37 penalties. For third downs, 96 third downs made for 230 attempts, 41 for fourth downs, 17 made for 26 attempts. For penalties, 116 penalties for 962. Oof, ouch. Now we go to defense. The Vikings, 653 solo tackles, 289 assisted, 942 total tackles, 37 sacks. Well, that's not all season though. Maybe, I don't know. 251 yards lost, 48 total loss. For interceptions, 14 interceptions for 200 yards, 1 touchdown. 11 fumbles for 5 receptions, 0 touchdowns. Wow. Okay. Eagles defense. So for receiving, the Vikings win the receiving. The Eagles win the downs. Now, defense, 708 solo tackles, 227 assisted, 935 total tackles. Wow. 935. 38 sacks, 246 yards loss. Total loss is 67. 19 interceptions for 278 yards, 1 touchdown. Fumbles, 16 fumbles, 12 receptions, 5 touchdowns. The Eagles win the defense. It's not looking good for the Vikings, that's for sure. Not looking good. Well, it might be, I don't know. Oh, goodness. If you want to look at kicking and the punting and returning, just go to the teams on ESPN and look at those last 3 and look at the combination of both. I'm gonna have to stop. My back's hurting me. It's 11:03. I have to go to bed because I still have school in the morning. But you know, the Vikings don't stack up very well against the Eagles. But I'm gonna say the Vikings still win. And I'm actually gonna say the Vikings will win. It will be 21. The Eagles 17. And we will see what happens. So, pretty good games coming up this weekend. Hopefully, the games will be really awesome. I'm looking forward to both of them. Next week's my birthday, so I'm hoping that if the Jags and Vikings win, I'm going to be pretty happy. So we will see what happens, but I'm really excited, and, you know, I'm hoping to get my birthday wish. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. It is 11:05. I thank everyone for coming on tonight and joining me. I really do appreciate it. I will see y'all later. And go Vikings, or as Rick Rice put it, go purple people eaters. Let's go Vikings. Talk to y'all later. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everyone. See you later.